he okay?
You better not lay that down or I'll forget it again.
Oh, yeah.
Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? We're going to have a moment of silence. We had two of our past, one was the, used to be our city councilman and also treasurer at Heffinger, and also George Reitenauer, who was one of our retired firefighters. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll call this meeting to order at 7:01. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Lon Crooks,
Here.
Benedict,
Here.
Howey,
Present.
LaFever, Perugi,
Here.
Rzeppa,
Here.
Stack,
Here.
quorum present, Mayor Stack.
Thank you.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we excuse Councilperson LaFever.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. First item on the agenda is for the minute approval for December 17th, 2018 regular
So
meeting.
move.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Next item on the agenda is under presentations and proclamations, employee anniversary certificates,
Motion to make this part of the regular meeting.
and it's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. So I'd like to bring down our, he's a year old, our human resource gentleman.
Right here.
Oh, he's already up there. I'm
A little
good.
older.
You might want to come down here because I didn't know if you wanted to have, because we'll probably have everybody come through and we can congratulate them on their years of service. But John came to me and I try to remember all the anniversaries of the employees, but we thought after John was discussing with me that we could actually honor them just, you know, with a certificate showing their 5, 10, or 15 years, the monumental stages of their career here. So go ahead, John, and I'll let you speak on this.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. In my short time here in Trenton, I've observed that there's no shortage of passion and commitment this honorable body has to its employees. Many of us wish we could do more to show our appreciation. There's no doubt that careers in public service can be exhausting and thankless, but those times we are thanked and our effort is recognized, whether it be by another coworker, supervisor, or resident, are the moments that stand out most when looking back on our careers. Today I want to take this opportunity to recognize those employees who have reached milestone anniversaries in 2018. Milestone anniversaries are those that have years of service in increments of 5 years. In 2018, we had 19 employees who reached these milestones, and between them have accumulated 200 years of service. If I call your name and you're here, if you want to come down, I'm sure the Mayor and Council would like the opportunity to congratulate you and thank you. The following employees have reached 5 years of service in 2018. Engineer Anthony Damiani, Engineer Jeffrey Glowacki, Engineer Christopher Green, Engineer Jacob Hermanson, Engineer Joseph Jurgovich, Engineer Ryan Long, Engineer Gary Rasinski, Officer Maggie Stadler, Officer Sean Shapaniak, Junior Maintenance Man Chad Gazy.
Thanks. Great job. Thank you.
Congratulations.
The next two employees have reached 10 years of service.
Congratulations, so there's 25 more. Congratulations.
Junior Maintenance Man Mark Blanton and Sergeant Andrew Greeno. Next three employees have reached 15 years of service.
Congratulations.
Deputy Assessor Joni Barnett,
All right, Joann.
Congratulations.
Deputy Treasurer Jill Cooper, and Lieutenant Derek Decker.
Good job, Joni.
The next three have reached 20 years of service. Senior Operator Keith Chamberlain, Building and Engineering Clerk Patty Falcione, and Captain Josh Hodge.
Great.
Last but not least, the next employee has reached 25 years of service and also recently retired. Robert Lemansky.
Great.
Certificates of appreciation were handed out last week to each of the employees. I wasn't sure what kind of attendance we'd get here from them. But thank you all for your years of service and dedication to the city of Trenton, and we hope that you will continue to serve the city and its residents for many more years. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, next item on the agenda, and we're very thankful for every one of those employees and their dedication to our community, that's for sure. Okay, next item on the agenda is the Trenton Visionary Committee, Grozeal Civic Association opposition of rezoning for former McLeod property.
A motion to receive and place the letter on file from the
Support.
Trenton Visionary Committee.
And it has been sent to the Planning Commission, so it's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Next item on the agenda is from the Trenton Grozeal and Riverview residents, opposition of rezoning former McLeod property to I-3.
Motion to receive and place these
Support.
on file as well.
Okay, it's been moved and supported, and all those letters have gone to the Planning Commission. There will be, I'm just going to tell you that there will be a Planning Commission meeting on the 23rd, but at that point, they're not going to make any, they're probably not going to have any discussion on it because they're getting it for the first time. They'll be receiving it and placing it on file, and then they'll probably be referred to a meeting probably in February. They'll have to wait for the city planner to put his opinion on paper too, just so you know. Councilman
Just
Rzeppa.
as it pertains to that, Madam Mayor, I know that we talked about it a little bit at the last meeting, but has there been any additional plans submitted to go along with the request?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Did I finish that motion off? Okay. Next item on the agenda is for the 33rd District Court, and I'm going to, the fines, costs, fees, November 2018. I'm going to defer to our Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Howey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd move to receive and place on file fines, costs, fees through November 2018 submitted by the 33rd District Court showing the City of Trenton receiving $2,707.53.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered.
I'd like to move and receive on, place on file the line item adjustment to the 2018 33rd District Court budget.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Oh, I'm sorry. Councilman Peruggi.
So it appears this is a total even wash on this change on the budget. It's just the buckets of money have changed.
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Maybe Scott can answer, because I know this came in when I was gone, and I didn't see the difference, to be honest with you.
It appears to be a zero net gain on this, and I'm just making sure that's what the outcome you wanted.
Do you believe that's?
I don't have any direct involvement with this, but that is my understanding.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. First department head and officials, agenda item is for city controller, notice of approval of OPEB corrective action plan 2017. Ms. Sall.
Thank you very much, Mayor. The 2017 corrective action plan for the City of Trenton's OPEB plan has been approved by the Municipal Stability Board, and I have attached a copy of the letter from the state. We must implement this within the next 180 days, so I'm asking for your approval of a $50,000 wire to the OPEB trust account to comply with this plan year. Going forward, we'll budget the $50,000 for the next 4 years.
I would so move.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Next item on the agenda is our city controller again, protecting local government retirement and benefit act application for waiver and plan form 5583 defined benefit pension retirement system MERS plan. I think that's the longest title I've had in a long time.
Debbie told me I have to. Along that same theme, so this is for 2018. We filled out the form, sent it to the state. We are underfunded in our MERS plan by just a little bit. So this form that we are submitting is for the waiver of the underfundedness or underfunded status, and hopefully they will approve that.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Again, our city controller quarterly budget meetings and financial update, please.
I am requesting quarterly budget meetings on January 22nd at 6:30 and July 15th at 6:30.
So moved. Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is from our city engineer, petition to divide property at 2906 Lafayette, Cleveland.
Thank you. Yeah, Deborah and Tracy Cleveland submitted a petition to divide their property on 2906 Lafayette. It's shown on the survey map. This was forwarded to the Planning Commission for their review, and attached is their approval and the resolution to allow this property division. So upon your approval, copies of this survey and descriptions will be sent to the Office of Register of Deeds of Wayne County and forwarded also to the city assessor for the proper taxation.
Motion to concur with the recommendation of the
Support.
planning commission.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is from our Parks and Recreation Director, new marina contract approval.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the December 3rd council meeting, your honorable body did approve a 2-year extension of the Elizabeth Park Marina contract. Although an attempt was made by the county to exercise that extension, but they were, before January 1st, they were unable to do that. And on the advisement of the Wayne County DPS administration, a new contract has been initiated with the same monetary terms. However, the length of the proposed contract has been extended to 3 years with 2 one-year options. This new agreement proposes the term beginning upon the contract approval date and ending on December 31st, 2021, with 2 one-year options. And it has been reviewed by our city attorney.
I would so move.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Councilman Rzeppa.
Just quick question related to the 1-year options. Are those mutual options, or is that does one party have the right to exercise those?
It's mutual, I believe.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, we do have one late item for SEMCOG at the 2019 membership dues, and I'm going to defer that to our Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Howey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I had moved to approve the annual SEMCOG membership dues in the amount of $2,321 for the period of January 15, 2019 through January 15, 2020.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Next item on the agenda is also going to, I'm going to have Councilman Howey, because he's the acting.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I had moved to approve the authorized disbursements January 7, 2019, in the amount of $666,157.91.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. In the reports?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Finally, move to receive and place on file the Historical Commission minutes dated November 12, 2018.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, it's unanimously so ordered. Thank you. Okay, under other council business, I start with Councilman Howey. I already let him know before we started, so.
Okay, I'll just one quick one. At our Rotary meeting today, we were looking for volunteers and support to once again have the Roar on the River. So it's a big commitment by a lot of parties. So if anybody's interested, if you could please contact the Trenton Rotary Club, you can either get a hold of Mark Angelotti or Paul Jocks. That would be greatly appreciated. Once again, it's just a very, very big commitment, and it's part of the community service that we do annually every year, so. That's it, thank you.
That's it? Okay. Councilmember Rzeppa.
Yeah, two potentially quick items. So I guess I know we have the study session next week about the Westfield Center, but I just wanted to check in and see if our building and engineering department had received the report from the firm that was hired on that at this point.
We have received the report. If Scott, you want to report on it, that's fine for me.
Yes, we have received a report in its draft form. The recreation staff, engineering department, and administration are meeting with the architect later this week. And we have some questions and want to have a better understanding before we finalize the report. Hopefully we'll have it available before Monday night.
Okay.
But if not, the architect is planning on being present for that study session at 7 o'clock
Okay.
on Monday the 14th.
Is it? Do you think it'd be at all possible, even if you could get it to the rest of us by Friday? At the
That
latest,
if
the finalized
we
version?
have it in its final form with the architect, I have no problem forwarding
Okay.
it as long as we have it finalized by him.
Okay, gotcha. And then I know last we had chatted before the holidays too that there at the former McCall Steel site that there hadn't been any additional permits requested for the demolitions, and I just wanted to see if that had changed as well. If
That
that
is-
looked like it's going to progress a little
Yep,
faster.
they have all the permits have been pulled for the demo.
Awesome. Okay. Great. That's all I have tonight, and I hope everyone had a happy New Year.
Thank you. Councilwoman Von Crooks?
Yep, you answered a few of my questions too, so that's great. I have nothing else. Thank you.
Okay. Councilman Benedetti?
Nope, nothing now.
Councilman Peruggi?
Wow. I don't have to worry about Bill tonight. Stephen took care of all my questions. I have nothing to ask the council.
Okay. Let's see, I had a couple, our recreation director will probably give us the information on the city awards, so I'll just let her do that. Okay, so, Madam Clerk, do you have anything?
I would just like to, along with, same with Councilman Rzeppa mentioned, there will be a study session on Monday, January 14th at 7 p.m., and that is regarding the Westfield Center. And then our next regular council meeting will be on Tuesday, January 22nd. Because of Martin Luther King Day being on Monday, we moved the meeting to Tuesday, January 22nd. City Hall and all the city offices here with the City of Trenton will be open on Monday, the 21st, though. And that's it for me.
Okay. Our city assessor, Mr. Dahlquist?
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. I wanted to inform you that the personal property statements were mailed out the last week of December. The personal property statement Form 632 and Small Business Exemption Form 5076 are due on February 20th, 2019. To qualify for the small business exemption, the taxpayer's taxable value must be below $40,000. If the taxpayer does qualify for the exemption in 2019 and files the Form 5076 timely this year, going forward, the taxpayer will not be required to file this form in the future. However, if the taxpayer changes his personal property or has changes to his personal property and it increases above $40,000, they will have to prepare the personal property statement and send it to the assessor's office. Also, I want to let you know that the Assessment Reform Bill, HB 6049, did pass the House and Senate and was signed by the governor and lame duck. The changes that may have affected the city of Trenton, there was one item that would have eliminated an elected assessor, but that was removed from the bill. The bill included a move to, the bill did include a move to regional assessing, meaning if an assessing unit were to opt out of having a staff assessor to prepare the assessment role, then county equalization would take over this assessment function. Also, the bill required processes already in the General Property Tax Act pertaining to the functions of assessing units and/or districts. If you'd like a overview of this bill, I can provide you with a copy of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Our city treasurer, Mr. McCullough?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Okay. Any department heads have anything they'd like to report?
I know, I can see it.
Just like to remind residents and mayor and council that the annual city awards banquet will be held on Saturday, January 13th at the Chateau on the River at Elizabeth Park. Doors open at 6, dinner at 7, awards at 8, and tickets are available at the recreation office. I do ask that if you are interested in attending, that you do purchase your tickets this week. We do need to give a count to the caterer, so a more accurate count would be helpful. So if you could please get your tickets purchased, they're, again, at the recreation office, and they are $25.
19.
Yes, is that what I said? I apologize. I didn't have it written down. It is the 19th. Thank you. And then also want to bring to your attention that on Tuesday, January 18th, that's why I had the date in my mind. Try again, Joann. January 22nd, Tuesday, January 22nd, we are involved with an event that will be held in Flat Rock. It's from the Donovan Link Greenways is going to be hosting a celebration of all of the trail triumphs that we've had in our region. It's going to be from 2 until 4 on Tuesday, January 22nd. If you could please RSVP if you're interested in participating to river@detroitriver.org. And again, that is at the Flat Rock Community Center. And then lastly is we're putting an appeal out for volunteers for the annual showcase, hockey showcase at the Kennedy Recreation Center. It will be held January 31st, 1st, and 2nd of February. If you're interested in volunteering, please contact our office. Thank you.
Very good. Any other department head that would like to say something to the public? Mr. Doyle, you have anything you'd like? Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go to the public. Is there anyone that would like to address the council? Please state your name and address for the record, please. Huh? Oh, yeah, and I try to keep it to 5 minutes, please. Okay.
Hi, I'm Wendy Pate, 2036 Church Place. First, we want to thank Deborah Devitt for logging all of the letters that had come in over the last few weeks. That was a big job. Well, we basically wanted you to know that our letter pretty much speaks for itself, and we hope that you have time to read it. It's lengthy, and it gives some links that we would like you to try to access to get more information, and also some excerpts from the coastal resiliency plan that pertain to the zoning of McLouth. We formed our group, Trenton Visionary Committee, to uphold this vision of that new master plan, and McLouth is a big part of it. So we engaged citizens and gave them an avenue to express their feelings, and we thank them. If you aren't aware, you can go to boarddocs.com, and I did that, and I was so surprised to see that we had over 70 names, 70 letters, but that included more names than just 70 letters that had been submitted when you go to click on that link at Board Docs, which is pretty important for you to know that the feelings of residents who don't necessarily feel comfortable coming to meetings or making phone calls or sending emails, that we gave them an avenue to do that. We're not trying to be a difficult group or an obstructionist group. In fact, we'd rather be an inclusive group. We want the city to be able to have a stake in the negotiations for what this could be. And we have lots of ideas and resources that we would like to share and be part of the discussion. We want to remind you that the master plan is for people to understand why they want to come to Trenton, what's going to make Trenton unique. We have all kinds of development going on in the Ann Arbor area. I was just talking to somebody about things going on in Macomb County, and even the Detroit Riverfront. Just the other day I posted an article that they received yet another $3 million to revitalize the waterfront. So we have to think about how we're going to get people to come to Trenton when all these other areas are involved in different types of development projects that people want to come to. And, you know, Joann had mentioned the Trail Town triumphs. I actually came to one of the meetings. I haven't been able to since then because of my work schedule, but I was reading some statistics there, and the statistics, which I actually don't have in my hand right now, but I could send to you, there's more money in the trail town economy and through the Michigan kayaking and canoeing community in the state of Michigan than any of the proposals that Crown has put forth. There's some writing that we've seen some potential for certain jobs and certain amount of money coming to the city, and actually there's more in a different type of economy. So if there's a way that we can marry together these two ideas, there could be several storage facilities. Think about what goes over top of the storage facilities. Can you imagine if there was an observation deck on the top of one of the shipping buildings, pavilions? What if there were, what Ford is doing, they're building buildings and they're putting parks on the top, on the roofs of these buildings, just so people have a reason to come and be involved. And we want it to be more than just a pathway that we can ride our bikes through. We really want the city to realize that we're seeking a little more community benefit, and we're glad to help. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else that would like to talk to the council, please?
Bob Johnson, 2020 Riverside Drive. Last week, I raised concerns about information made available for citizens who wish to follow and evaluate plans for the McLeod site. I want people to know that information has begun to flow to me, and people here in the room and elsewhere in government have sought to give me information. That information sometimes raises more questions than it answers, but it does allow informed discussions about what is taking place. I would hope that as plans are sent to Trenton for this site, that people will be as open about that so we can evaluate them. Thank you.
Thank you. I can reassure you that once we get some plans that we're going to be allowing people to see that so that we can keep on top of what's going on here. One of the things is that, and just to reassure the residents, EPA is right now in charge of their demolition ends of it, watching what's going on with the demolition. So to make sure that everyone's safe and that it's properly disposed of properly. So, we just have to hope that the EPA sees everything, and I'm sure that Crown will do what they need to do in order to get it down properly. I don't foresee Crown wanting to take down all this and then want to, recreate a hazardous site again. I can't see them wanting to do that. This is going to cost a lot of money out of their pockets, so we'll see where everything lies with the where they get to with the 2 years. They're supposed to 24 months. They're supposed to have the buildings down. If you went by there, you'd see that the guard shack is down now with all the metal that was on the big sign that they took down as a monumental thing for the signatures on the particular agreement for title of the property. So and I have to say it looks 100,000 times better because of the cleaning of the fence line along there. They're replacing fencing or putting up new fence. So I think you're going to see a big change. I'm already seeing some of the signs. If you haven't been by there, ride along West Jefferson because it has changed in some respects compared to what it was. So that's only my comment. Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the council? Okay, if not, I'm looking for an adjournment.
So moved.
We're adjourning at 7:31. Thank you.